Uh,
Very
Amit,
good morning, good
good-
afternoon to all of you. Welcome to our Dr. Window series from UDMA. UDMA, UPVC Windows and Doors Manufacturers Association. I didn't print it last night. This has been there for many years. It has been washed many years and still it remains bright. So we focused on the right fabric to get the right quality to deliver the right product. And all that we're trying to do during the course of these webinars is to just focus on a very important aspect which I want to share a small this morning. Got a very nice quote which says the bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low prices are forgotten. I'll repeat this. The bitterness of poor quality remains for a long time after the sweetness of the low price is forgotten. So this is price, low price. This is not high price. This is durability, quality, long-term functionality. So all what we're trying to do here at UDMA, and I'll just try to give you a small brief before the presentation begins. But allow me to also first welcome my panelists today. We are all from the UDMA team. We are all members of UDMA. Some have been there for a long time. I'm joined first by our president Mario Schmidt. He has washed his t-shirt 100 times more than me, so because he wears it much longer, but it's still white. Mario, I think it's pretty good. And I also have Vikas. So let me welcome Karan Shah from Pego, Uday Shetty from Caldwell, Vikas, our dear friend Malhotra from DNB, Raju Banerjee from McCoy 8M team. Let me welcome Nikhil from GB Enterprises. I'm going to put myself camera off so that you can actually see him. We have Mr. Lalit, who manufactures wool piles, and we have Mr. Shashi Singh from Osaka Rubber. So Shashi is the only one representing the gasket community, or reinforcement ke only representative right now is Nikhil, but there are other people also. So don't think they're alone. कोई monopoly नहीं है किसी की. Want to make sure that everybody lives in a, yeah, like you might wonder there are 4 or 5 people from hardware that उसमें बहुत competition है. No, it's just that the availability was a little subject. I just want to give you like 2 minutes on UDMA. Our association is more than 12 years old. It takes a long time सबको इकट्ठा करके to get everybody together to work on a common mission. And I would say it's a wrong word to say thanks to COVID, but I would say because of this current situation, इसमें बंधन जुड़ गए ज़्यादा. और whatever the differences of thought and opinion all of us might have about our businesses, about our products, I think common point here, everybody wants to survive going forward in the future. And I don't know if Manish Bansal has joined us yet. He's also on the panel today from Window Magic. Okay, what is very important is we have to focus on doing the right thing to create good karma. And what we're going to talk about, what we've done. Sorry, my name is Amit Malhotra. I represent UDMA today. I also am one of your hosts for a lot of other sessions. I also run this WFM Media, which is actually grateful to Kapil and Ahad for letting us organize these webinars on their panel. More than that, so the breakup of these webinars was first we'll just talk about the window in totality. So the previous webinar we had a few days ago was talking only about UPVC profiles. Today we are talking about hardware, wool piles, reinforcement and gaskets. I know हमारे बहुत सारे दोस्त मित्र यहाँ पे जो आए हैं वो सब कुछ जानते हैं. मैं भी जानता हूँ कि आप भी जानते हैं कि हम सब कुछ जानते हैं, बट हम ये चाहते हैं कि जानने के ऊपर थोड़ा सा हम reinforcement डालें to make sure that we follow the right thing. So with that, I'd like to just take on the presentation of today. I'll also want to thank Shobita, who is our skill officer as well as our cartoonist, and now she's become an animation specialist. She's not available for a job to anybody, so please don't try. She's done some great work in creating some fundamental slides and animation, which is a learning for all of us. So request my other panelists to put yourselves on mute and camera off, and I'll start the presentation. So just anybody just tell me if my screen is visible. Karan, Kapil?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. So as this says, know the body parts. Sorry. Yeah. As this says, the body parts of the window are hardware, reinforcement, gasket, and wool pile. Of course, there are other body parts as well. And the hardware are the hands and legs of the window. As you can see this animation, hardware is the hands and the legs. And what that means is it's a very important component of the window. So first we're talking about, like we spoke in the past slide, we're talking about the sliding window system. In the sliding window system, you have, you can see this, absorb this window. I think aap jab banate hain, aap lagate hain, you are all aware of it. Each and every aspect in this slide is a very, very important aspect. For example, you have these rollers at the bottom. You have in the description here, you have 4 different types of rollers. All the 4 of them have a different meaning and a different application. The roller, a single one, can take a load and talk about it in the coming slides. Then we have different types of locking handles on your right hand side. When you see on the left hand side, these are strikers. Then we have a single point locking handle and the S-pad. And so what is very important, I think the most important point is every hardware element is calculated on the weight of the sash. So for example, for the roller, if you are picking up a roller which is a single roller for a 70 kg window, it will not work. So if you pick up any manufacturer's catalog, sellers of hardware, it says this particular roller is maximum weight bearing capacity. This is not only for roller, this is for friction stays, this is for everything. Weight bearing capacity.
Amit, sorry to interrupt. Your presentation is not visible.
Able to see the presentation.
Oops, sorry. What happened? 1 minute, guys. What did I do? Just a minute, guys. Is it visible now?
Yeah. Now okay.
Sorry. This slide was visible earlier?
No. You can start from the scratch.
All right, no problem. I'm happy. So this one was about the hands and legs of the window. So I've spoken the words, मैं इसको दोबारा से repeat कर देता हूँ कि the striker, the single point handle, the S-packs, these are all important elements. So coming back to the weight, the most critical factor for rollers is the weight of the sash and the width and the height as per the requirement of the profile. And the profile has a groove, let's say 10 mm, 5 mm, 12 mm. So the roller has to fit the profile perfectly well to have a perfect movement. Then you have the composition of the double glass. Before using the roller, you have to do the right calculation. सिर्फ देखने से ये ठीक लग रहा है roller, तो लगाने का concept is wrong. So the dimensions of the door and window have to be within the limits given by the profile vendor. So for example, it's a very simple example. Normal sliding sash with rollers. And this is a heavy sash. You can't do it with single rollers. You'll have to put double rollers. Because again, फिर से repeat करता हूँ, the weight of the sash determines the type of roller to be used. Now the point here is the roller it starts from 8 rupees, 10 rupees and goes up to hundreds of rupees. It's not कि महंगा roller है तो सस्ता वाला लगा दो. It has to be the right product for the right application. So as you can see here, heavy sash with correct rollers, that's the positioning. So I want you to absorb this slide. That's a double roller. Why? Because it can take more bearing capacity. And you must see that nylon ke bearings hain, stainless steel ke, everything is determined by the weight of the sash. So whenever whoever is ordering PVC, UPVC windows, or you are specifying, make sure you give importance to this roller. Because for a sliding window, more than the handle, the roller plays a very, very important part, because usko move to usi ke upar karna hai. तो आपकी गाड़ी के टायर हैं, आप मारुति के टायर BMW पे नहीं लगा के चलने वाले. It has to be the right roller. Roller is like the tire. You need the damn thing to keep making sure कि वो चलता रहे. So again, as you can see here, single roller panel weight is less than 45. Double roller is a little bit more, and the X which says panel weight of single roller you cannot do for more than 45. Even I would not even suggest to go that far. Now I'm sure आप सबको ये बात पता है what is described here. When you have a smaller window in a sliding up to 5 feet, you can use a single point locking system. I would still not recommend single point for anything because उसमें कोई security नहीं है. So single point will actually just lock it at one point on both the sides. So from a security point of view, I don't want to say bad things, but आगे वाले time में hope that everything becomes okay और बेरोजगारी ज़्यादा ना बढ़े तो चोरी चकारी ना बढ़े. I think an aspect is, and it doesn't really cost so much difference. 5 रुपए square foot में you can get a multi point extra for a window. तो अगर आप I don't know 300 रुपए खर्च रहे हैं और 400 रुपए खर्च रहे हैं, उसमें 10 रुपए और जोड़ दीजिए, 5 रुपए जोड़ दीजिए, you'll get a better locking system. और अगर इसमें लगा सकें एक spag or multi locking, then you have 3 safety points. The window at least is not openable. And in India, and I don't want to say anywhere specific, but I see in sliding windows, in these large windows that you see on the right side, 5-7 फुट के स्लाइडिंग डोर्स, उसमें छोटे छोटे लॉक्स लगे हैं. ना उसमें उंगली जाती है ना वो खुल पाते हैं, बट तब भी लोग लगाते हैं, लोग खरीदते हैं और लोग लगवाते हैं क्योंकि वो वाला था ना, द स्वीटनेस ऑफ बाइंग एट लो, उसकी बिटरनेस लाइफ टाइम रहेगी. क्योंकि जब भी उस घर में जो भी रहता है वो खोलेगा, वो 2 गाली देके सुनाएगा जिसको भी लगाया था इसने. सो आई एम एंटी सिंगल पॉइंट गाय, बट ओके, दैट्स माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन. But as UDMA, we also recommend safety first. Now, I think if I show this slide demonstrates, if you guys can look at the slide a little carefully, just explains what we are trying to demonstrate here. SPAG है जो आपका लॉकिंग मैकेनिज्म है आपके विंडो के लिए. If you see on the left hand side, ये फॉर एग्जांपल अगर ये 2100 का हाइट है तो इसमें आपका जो स्पैगुलेट है which is covering 1800 mm height if I'm not wrong. What is wrong, but many people are doing कि अगर उसमें 2100 का स्पैग लगना है वो 1200 का लगा रहे हैं just to make sure कि बस स्पैग लगा हुआ है अंदर दिखावे के लिए. अब obviously it will neither lock neither will it do the job. और कितने पैसे बचे अगर 150 रुपए का ये फॉर एग्जाम्पल स्पैग है, ये 130 रुपए का है, तो 20 रुपए बचे पूरी विंडो पे जो 20 स्क्वायर फुट की है. 1 रुपए स्क्वायर फुट बचाया और कोई वैल्यू नहीं ऐड करी. बट छोटे 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 एलिमेंट्स हैं. आई एम गोइंग टू बी अ लिटिल रेपिटेटिव. यहाँ पे बचा लिए एक रोलर पे 10 रुपए, 20 रुपए, 1 रुपए स्क्वायर फुट यहाँ बचा लिया. यहाँ पे 2 रुपए स्क्वायर फुट बचा लिए, यहाँ पे 1 रुपए स्क्वायर फुट बचा लिए. नेट 5 से 7 रुपए स्क्वायर फुट ही बचाए और रिजल्ट नहीं मिला फिर. तो आई डोंट थिंक इट मेक्स एनी सेंस. एंड आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट एनीबडी जो ये जानबूझ के कर रहा है या इट्स जस्ट हैपनिंग. We see it a lot for sliding windows. It's become a big business. Ask all the profile companies, they sell mostly more sliding because it's easy. फटाफट काम हो जाता है एक छोटे छोटे हैंडल लगा के. But I think from a long term perspective, UDMA and Dr. Window जो बेचारा बट कर रहा है, you see on the left side, the guy is animating and talking and I'm doing his part today, is to make sure कि ये ज्यादा फर्क नहीं है पैसे का. So now I'm gonna change the concept to the casement system. As you can see, the first slide was the hardware are the legs and arms of the window. And बाहर से आपको जो white या colored profile की window नजर आती है, जैसे आपको बाहर से गाड़ी बड़ी सुंदर नजर आती है, उसके अंदर कितने सारे component हैं to make sure कि it does well. चाहे वो कितनी कोई भी गाड़ी हो, I think today's day and age, every car follows a system governed by the automotive association. वो 4 लाख की है, 3 लाख की है या 1 करोड़ की है, it has to have a certain amount of functionality like airbags and so on and so forth. Similarly, what UDMA is trying to do to be that automotive association for the window industry, to explain every part. This striker may have cost 50 paisa to 5 rupees. The block may cost 2 rupees. The spag may cost between 100 to 500 rupees. The locking handle may cost between 50, 70, 100. A friction stay might cost between 200 to 300 to 500 rupees. A 3D hinge might be around 300 rupees, 250 rupees. All of it put together will actually make a functional working window. Like these strikers, and I will show you in the slide next. All we request everybody in the 350 people panel, which is very nice to see, is that please this aspect of the selection. Now you might think as an architect, as a developer, this is not my job. This is the job of the manufacturer of the window, the fabricator to do. But if the client, which should actually buy a product for 500, hypothetically 500 rupees, don't quote me by numbers, 500 per square feet, he says, no boss, मेरे को तो 350 में करके दो. So what choice does the manufacturer have then left? He will do is try to cut short on corners. But again, I think buying pattern should change in our industry. The buying pattern in our industry should be, okay, first technically qualify the supplier, the manufacturer of your window system. Technically qualified does not only mean कि वो इस company का profile बेच रहा है या use कर रहा है, नहीं. I think from an UDMA standpoint, he should qualify every aspect of the window, and you just have to, as a client, look at these aspects: weight of the window, dimensions of the window, the stack. I'm not going to bore you with this. We'll share this presentation with all of you. Each and every aspect of this is very critical for the life of your window. You have to consider these aspects. You have to make sure that the manufacturer is using the right hardware. Now you might ask, which is the right hardware? Is where we come from, UDMA. Our guideline gives you all the specifications. It gives you all the standards. You just have to incorporate those in your specifications to make sure. I give you one example in a casement window. For example, if this friction hinge, it has to be SS304 in most cases. Second of all, if the height of if the opening angle should be correct so that the cleaning can be done. If the opening angle is not 90 degrees, you can't put your hand behind and clean it. But more importantly, what we have seen, and I'm in this business as well for the last 10 years, कि अगर जहाँ पे 14 इंच की friction state चाहिए because of the weight supporting capacity, उसमें 10 इंच का लगा दिया. So the window then hangs after a while. It does not hang because the window was poor. It's because the wrong hardware was used. It's not the wrong hardware, it's the right hardware. तो सब अपना दिमाग लगाते हैं, कैटलॉग को भूल देते हैं, बोलते हैं नहीं हमने अपने एक्सपीरियंस में किया है. बट एवरीथिंग इज चेंज्ड. प्रोफाइल के अंदर रीइंफोर्समेंट है, उसका भी वेट है, ग्लास का भी वेट है, एंड एवरीथिंग इज कैलकुलेटेड. एवरीबडी हैज ड्राइंग्स. So it is important for selection of friction hinges to look at each and every aspect of. Now this is kind of a quiz slide. You of course, I'm sorry, this is go to meeting, so nobody can speak up, but this is actually done purposely ulta. So it's actually the reverse. The right back set so that the pin can go is the one which is marked wrong. And maybe Karan, could you help me just explain it a little bit better?
Sure, Amit, I'll do that. So good morning everyone. Amit, if you can just play the slide so that because it's not there.
Sorry, press the wrong button. Yo.
Yep, perfect. Thank you so much. So here, everyone, as you can see on the left hand side, you have a 7.5 mm backset, which is a spag for sliding purpose. Now this spag is ideally not suitable for sliding sash. On the right hand side, you can see a 15 mm backset, which is ideally what should be used. The reason being very simple, because the position of the handle will change. As Amit said, it's been mixed up for better, so that we wanted to make it more engaging. On the right hand side, you can see the image also where the handle is a little closer towards, it's more on the right hand side, closer to the vertical line which you're seeing, which is basically mean it's closer to the frame or the track rather. And on the left hand side, you can see the position of the handle being right in the center. So what it's trying to say is that if you use a 15 mm backset, your handle position will be right in the center of the sash of a door, compared to a 7.5, because the backset is less, hence the handle will be closer towards the frame. So it's always better to use the right spag, and this is what's been displayed here, and it doesn't really result in increase in the cost. It's just about following the right technical aspects. Back to you, Amit. I hope that answers it.
Yeah, I guess so. In fact, I would just go back and I would like to have Uday. Uday, could you speak on the selection of the friction hinge for a few minutes, please?
Hi,
Uday?
morning, everybody. Good morning. You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Am I?
please.
All right. Well, friction stay, like what Amit rightly said, we have to really worry about 8 or 10 points before we select a friction stay. Uh, Friction stay is sold in different sizes: 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So, like Amit rightly said, if he doesn't have the right price, and if somebody tries to use a smaller friction stay and not ask for specification, the window is likely to fail or not perform. So, like I said, friction stay we can design based on side hung. There are different criteria: top hung, bottom hung. There are parallel stays. Friction stay criteria depends also purely on the dimension of a window, weight of a window. Is it 10 kilos, 12 kilos, 15 kilos? We have to look at dimension and weight, whichever is larger, while setting the chart. Stack height is some profiles accept 16, 17 mm stack height. Some do accept about 13 mm stack height. So that's important for a very smooth operation as well. Length of arm normally that we mentioned in second and third, it depends on that. Some people like Amit that we need to have opening size. Somebody wants to like to clean a window. Somebody needs an opening of about 100 mm from the start of the window. So these are all aspects which we need to consider before we actually select a window. We can't, after a window is installed, give a requirement to the manufacturer that we wanted to wash it, we want to clean it. These things are very important for our manufacturers as well as the end customers to select. You know, obviously we have different openings. We have different friction stay for different applications. Like in hospitals, we don't want friction stay which is going to open completely open for reasons of safety. Same for institutional building. Same for high-rise building. So these criteria come a long way to help you, like Utma's commitment to delivering a good window. So I would highly recommend that people here and in the UPVC and the Window Door Association to follow these guidelines so that eventually the chances, the probability that the windows are going to perform better are always high. Thanks, Amit.
Thank you, Uday. And I'm just sorry for the sake of repetition, but all these elements are very, very important. Each and every small 10 rupee product to a 300 rupee, 400 rupee hardware is very, very critical to the life, security, durability of your window. Now, this was explained by Karan reasonably. Now, this is also a quiz point where maybe I'll ask Vikas from DNV to explain this slide. Vikas, what is right and wrong?
Yeah, sure. Very good afternoon to everybody. See, it is a door. It is the same door. Both the images actually of the same door. It has been practically taken from the side, and you can very clearly see on the left hand side and on the right hand side. The left hand side, the 3D hinge is coming out of the sash. The right hand side, which is deliberately shown wrong because it was a quiz question actually. So right hand side, you can say it is perfectly fitted. So what we would like to highlight here is that so many places it has been observed that first problem is 3D hinge is not being selected as per the profile. See, there are so many profiles available. So we have to make sure that whatever 3D hinge we are selecting, that should be apt for the application according to that particular profile. And second thing which we would like to highlight here is that use a jig. You know, jig plays a very, very important role in fixing. If we use a jig, all the three 3D hinges, whatever we are fixing, will be absolutely give you proper alignment, which is the main thing when we are having a door with the 3D hinge. We should have 150 mm of gap from the up, 150 mm from the bottom, and two 3D hinge will be fixed with the jig, and then the center 3D hinge at the center of the first two 3D hinge. So this is the proper alignment, proper fixing of 3D hinge. If we do it like this, the weight distribution on all the 3D hinges will be uniform. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikas. I'll put a better subject. The owner Raju from McCoy, could you please tell us a little bit on this correct fitting? What is wrong in this particular slide? Raju?
Thank you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, all
Can you
good.
hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, what I see here is a wrong size of the cylinder has been fitted here in the sash. Different profile systems have different sash depths, and you need to first check the depth of the sash as to what is the appropriate size of the cylinder. The cylinders that we have, let's say you have both sides locking, that is, there will be keyhole on both sides. That's called both sides key. That kind of cylinder, from the center of the cylinder to one side of the cylinder, will be a measure. It could be 30 40, it could be 35 45, 40 45, and so on, depending on the profile. First check with the profile what is the appropriate depth, and see that you get a cylinder which is of appropriate depth. Then on the profile drawing, see where the center of the cylinder is coming in, and then see which side should measure how much. What I see here, the picture on the left, the cylinder is slightly protruding. So this could go on depending on whether the customer accepts this or not. But here on the right, the picture that is shown, the cylinder is protruding out, which means you've used a longer cylinder than what is required by the depth of the profile. Therefore, please check on the drawing what is the appropriate length of the cylinder, and also which side should be how much long, and then select a cylinder accordingly.
I think,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Raju. Oops, I keep playing with my screen. Sorry, my screen is visible. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think in my experience in this industry for more than 20 years, what I've understood is इंडिया में दो तीन चीजें बहुत नॉर्मल होती हैं. जुगाड़, आई एम श्योर एवरीबॉडी नोज जुगाड़ इज अ नॉर्मल. अब तो ये लगा दी प्रोफाइल, चल अब इसमें. I remember 15 or maybe more years ago when I started selling hardware for an Italian company, and I used to go with the Italians to visit customers, and they would say, you know, fundamentally for example, for aluminium, first you have to choose what hardware do you want to use, then you choose the profile. In India, it used to be the other way around. First, the profile used to be made, and then they used to see कि इसमें कौन सा hardware लग सकता है. That's not the way it works. The same thing applies to UPVC as well. Hardware, everything has dimensions. Profile, everything has dimensions. And the moment you do jugaad, then you get these kind of results. Please, like all our other panelists and people are saying in the, just follow the right. Everything is planned. Every window is not manufactured just like that. I'm sure everybody knows that. बनती है तब जब सब कुछ प्लानिंग होती है, ऑर्डर होते हैं, पैसे देते हैं, बस उसके साथ साथ सिर्फ उसके विंडो के जो बाकी स्केलेटल रिंग्स हैं, जो पार्ट्स हैं. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी कॉमन, जिसने खरीदी हैं विंडोज, आई विल आस्क द क्वेश्चन टू द पीपल हु आर ऑन आवर अटेंडीज लिस्ट to maybe just say yes if you've seen this in the windows that you have bought, windows that you have sold, विंडोज दैट यू हैव सीन. ये हार्डवेयर बिल्कुल ठीक है इसमें, बट ये बेचारा छोटा सा स्क्रू है जो 8 आने से लेके 2 रुपए का है, या इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग 4 रुपए का भी हो सकता है. स्टेनलेस स्टील का होना चाहिए, वो नहीं है. बायोमेटालिक करोजन होगी, करोजन से वो वायरस की तरह, फंगस, वायरस इज अ डेंजरस वर्ड, कैंसर की तरह स्प्रेड करेगा और पूरे के पूरे हार्डवेयर के एलिमेंट को खराब कर देगा, स्पेशली इन द फ्रिक्शन स्टेज और एनी अदर प्रोडक्ट. और जब वो ग्रो करेगा, ऑब्वियसली आपकी हार्डवेयर की फंक्शनैलिटी खराब होगी और उसके बाद आपका विंडो ऑपरेशन भी खराब ही होगा. नाउ अगेन द क्वेश्चन इज, ये किसने किया? एक्चुअली आई थिंक ये किसने किया जिसको अवेयरनेस नहीं थी. वी वर डिस्कसिंग a couple of days ago with our community that when a developer architect chooses to buy a window system, they should look at every element, plus they should also look at the manufacturer in terms of his knowledge about this industry. A lot of people have come new into this industry, which is good. The industry, I must have shown you in the first day, from 20 fabricators in 2005 to maybe close to 1,000 fabricators today in 2020, and growing, which is great because we need more people to cover this, but they all must follow, and that's what the goal of Woodma is. This is self-explanatory. And I think if anybody, Karan or Vikas would, Raju, anybody would like to add anything to this slide more than देख के दिल जल रहा है मेरा, so maybe somebody can talk about it.
At the point here,
Yeah, Vikas.
as definitely it is self-explanatory. Just want to mention a point. It is mentioned in point number 1. There are screws available. It is called bimetal screws. See, the bimetal screws are those screws, because self-drilling screws has a limitation that we cannot drill it because the head breaks, because stainless steel is a soft material, so it cannot be made in stainless steel 304. So bimetal screws are those screws where the head only is the 304 and the threads will be normal threads like the mild steel threads with a good coating. So bimetal screws may be costly, but you can see the replacement cost. So bimetal screws should be used while doing all these frictions and all, especially which can avoid corrosion, especially in the coastal areas. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
That's it.
I would say coastal
Sir,
definitely. Yeah, please. Yes,
just
Karan,
wanted
please.
to this is Raju Banerjee, sir.
Yeah,
Just wanted to add that what I see here is a lot of corrosion happening on the various hardware items, and some of them has occurred for some reason of corrosion, for example moisture corrosion. Some has happened because of galvanic corrosion or bimetallic corrosion. There could be a reason that the person using the hardware was not aware, but UDMA has made all efforts to bring that awareness amongst the users. Another reason which I feel could be that of not getting sufficient remuneration for the good hardware. So I'd like to add that whenever someone is putting hardware, even if there is a constraint for cost, do the right thing and use the right hardware. Now that you know what is bimetallic corrosion or moisture corrosion or intergranular corrosion, if you followed some of the other webinars, then I would say from the side of UDMA, follow our standards and do not do something which is wrong. Do the right karma. Thank you.
I would like to add one more point which I'm always been emphasizing कि कोई भी hardware गलत नहीं लगा रहा. It's just not using the right weight dimension of the hardware then needed. कोई substandard, ना तो इंडिया में कोई substandard product बेच रहा है, लोग खरीद भी नहीं रहे. और हार्डवेयर, आई एम टेलिंग यू सिंस आई एम इन द बिजनेस एज वेल, हार्डवेयर सस्ता बनाना मुश्किल है, अच्छा बनाना ठीक है. घटिया हार्डवेयर बनाना एक इज अनदर एस्पेक्ट. घटिया प्रोडक्ट बनाना भी मुश्किल है, बट व्हेन यू पुट द होल कंपोजिशन टुगेदर, दिस छोटा छोटा एलिमेंट्स, हाइट कम यूज कर ली, फ्रिक्शन स्टे का डायमेंशन के हिसाब से नहीं यूज किया, स्पैक छोटा यूज कर लिया, वो टच लॉक यूज कर लिया, रोलर गलत यूज कर लिया, बस ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं. सो द इंडस्ट्री आल्सो गेट्स अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ अ बैड नेम. This is of course talking about the same slide from the past, that the screw has to be the correct size as well, so that it fits well into the friction stay. Maybe I think Uday can come on this and give us a few pointers here.
Yeah, sure. The slide here that we put up is primarily to highlight that we prefer to use CSK screws. The screen is not being shared. Yeah. And like we already spoke about the biometric solutions, we use good quality screws. And the last picture on the last is when we tighten the screw onto the slider onto the friction stay, we have to do 1.5 rotation. We should not keep on tightening the screw until it actually gets to a point that it spoils up the plastic part behind the slider, and thereby also the slider. So the point that we're trying to say is that use CSK screws so you can have better performance. And also when you tighten the screw, you don't have to use it your full force. Just a 1.5 rotation is enough for the friction to perform well. Thanks, Aman.
Thanks, Uday. Actually, what is important, as you can notice here, every element of the window going down to the screw, which may cost 50 paisa to a couple of rupees, is more critical, because if the screw is butting out, it's not going to allow the friction stay to move and it'll have a cut.
Absolutely.
The screw, if you see in the second slide, it's just fitting right, and her dimension ka screw milta hai. I don't think somebody can say screw nahi mila ya wo nahi hua. जहां पे दिमाग में जुगाड़ आ गया, इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम, इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड जुगाड़, ISJ, बस वहां पे काम सारा खराब. and I don't want to, please मुझे कोई गोली ना मारते, अभी तो मार भी नहीं सकते, कि लोग, I know companies and manufacturers से आप client को बोलते अरे आप हम पे छोड़ दो यार, हम सब जानते हैं, but आप तो काम करके चले जाओगे, वो हार्डवेयर या फिटिंग या स्क्रू, वो तो बेचारा अपना काम उसको करना है, तो that has to be right. Okay, this is a actually very important slide for making sure that you understand, and I request करूंगा निखिल जी को GP Enterprises से इस स्लाइड को जरा हम सबको एक्सप्लेन कर दें, ताकि we are all on the same page. Nikhil is the manufacturer of reinforcement. Sorry Nikhil. Yes Nikhil.
नमस्ते सब, नमस्ते सब दोस्तों को मेरी तरफ से। इस स्लाइड में ये दिखाया गया है कि जो स्ट्राइकर है, राइट जो स्लाइड है उसके अंदर रीइंफोर्समेंट के अंदर स्क्रू गया हुआ है। कोई भी हार्डवेयर को जब हम लगा रहे हैं तो हमें ये देखना है कि वो रीइंफोर्समेंट के साथ ही स्क्रू हो, क्योंकि अगर खाली पीवीसी में स्क्रू लगेगा वो, तो उसके अंदर ना तो स्ट्रेंथ रहेगी और ना वो काम करेगा और वो फेल हो जाएगा। इसलिए हमारे को कोई भी हार्डवेयर कुछ भी ऐसा लगाना है, वो स्क्रू रीइंफोर्समेंट के अंदर जाना चाहिए। अमित भाई, वैसे ये क्वेश्चन हार्डवेयर वालों से है। हेलो हेलो, इसके अंदर हमने ये शो किया है। हेलो, आप मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको? हेलो,
कंटिन्यू निखिल।
अमित, इसमें मैंने आंसर दिया है इसका कि कोई भी हार्डवेयर हम जब फिट करते हैं तो हमें ये देखना है कि वो रेनफोर्समेंट के अंदर ही इसको उसका स्क्रू जाना चाहिए, जिससे कि उसकी स्ट्रेंथ और वो प्रॉपर यूज हो सके। नहीं तो अगर खाली पीवीसी में जाएगा तो कुछ टाइम बाद वो फेल हो जाएगा स्क्रू, और हार्डवेयर भी फेल हो जाएगा।
इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। थैंक यू निखिल जी। बहुत जरूरी ये भी है कि आपका रीइंफोर्समेंट जो प्रोफाइल के अंदर आ रहा है उससे कनेक्शन हो, उसके थ्रू एंड थ्रू जाए, ताकि उसमें स्ट्रेंथ आए। एंड दिस स्लाइड, ये एक बहुत छोटा सा एलिमेंट है, छोटा सा स्ट्राइकर है। आई थिंक, आई डोंट नो, आई थिंक इट कॉस्ट 3, 4, 5 रुपीज। Raju, could I request you to explain this slide?
Yes, sir, sure. This slide actually shows different types of striker. Oops, I think we lost, but still I'll continue. In case of strikers, we also have to see the system axis of the profile. Now, system axis means, say, suppose you have a frame and a sash combination, and there's a Euro groove on the sash. So from the center point of the Euro groove till the outside wall of the frame, there's a distance. In different profile systems, that distance varies. Even from the same profile vendor, you can have a window system of a different size and a door system of a different size or system axis. This system axis could be 9 millimeters, 13 millimeters. These are the two conventional sizes of system axis that were available. Today, I see some profiles who have come up with even 21 millimeter system axis. Your strikers that you choose should not only go in, the screws of which should not only go into the reinforcement, but also the striker should be compatible with the system axis of the profile, which should be which could be 9 millimeters, 13 millimeters, even 21 millimeters. For that, you need to check up with the AutoCAD drawing what is the correct system axis. If you use a striker which is not of the correct system axis, then either the window may not lock, or the window may lock, but there'll be gap in that, and that gap could be too much. You cannot fill it even if you have a cam adjustment mechanism on your S-pan. I'm talking of casement windows. These are all casement window strikers. So please do check the system axis. I think this figure shows, the table shows different profile systems who have different system axis, 9 millimeters, 13 millimeters. So please do check your profile system, and then order for the strikers of appropriate system axis accordingly.
So thank you, Raju. I think again, I'm emphasizing on the same point again and again कि हर चीज की importance है. It's not कि ये 5 रुपए का component है या 2 रुपए का component है. It is very critical. Now, you might have heard of this or not. This is to do with the corrosion resistance, and these are tests done to check, especially for SPAGs, for example, rusting standards. Vikas, can you share some thoughts on this?
Yeah, definitely. See, this is a European standard. Anybody who is manufacturing SPAGs or the similar kind of steel, if they are manufacturing, and on that particular part, if electroplating is required. So this is a standard for that. It has been shown 0 grade to 5 grade. 5 grade is the best coating possible, which is 480 hours. In this, the white rust will come around 130 hours. So to achieve this 580 hours of coating, which is the best coating, which can be used in sea areas, but still preferably stainless steel 304, we will say, for sea and coastal areas. But at least go for a best grade coating. Anybody who is buying SPAGs or any steel item where electroplating is there, we should ask the supplier, whosoever is the hardware supplier or any other supplier, that please give us an item with at least grade 5 coating, which has a 480 hours. In Indian standard also, IS 1573, I suppose, it is also mentioned. This is a European standard. Similar standard is 1573. One more point I would like to add here is that this is a thumb rule. It has been written also in IS 1573. 1.5 micron of coating gives you 1 year of life. So minimum to minimum 15 microns of coating will come when we want to achieve 480 hours. It means at least 15 microns of coating. So one is zinc deposition, then passivation, and third is lacquer. All three combination will give you 480 hours, but definitely depends upon other factors as well. But this is what we need to achieve first. Thank you.
Thanks. Again, same thing important. Every element is important, and every supplier who's telling you, okay, I'm giving you grade 5, please ask him for a test certificate from the manufacturer. हर चीज का टेस्ट हुआ है, हर चीज का टेस्ट सर्टिफिकेट अवेलेबल है. मैं आप सबको रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा एज क्लाइंट्स, एज सेलर्स, एज इवन मैन्युफैक्चरर्स ऑफ डोर्स एंड विंडोज, आपका जो भी सप्लायर है हमारे इस पैनल में है, सबसे टेस्ट सर्टिफिकेट मांगिए. बोलिए आप अपने टेस्ट सर्टिफिकेट दीजिए. इट शुड बी टेस्टेड फ्रॉम अ करेक्ट specification authority, and if you want any further questions, you can write to us at Udma and we'll get back to you. I'm not going to go into a little bit more of that, but this is as per European norms 1191. Fundamentally, आप roller, hinge, locking device, friction stay, SPAG, उसका minimum 25,000 operating cycle का test pass होना चाहिए. But basically 25,000 means that, let's say for example, if you see in this picture, if you look a little closely, there's not a video here. So there's a jig there which is holding the handle.
Play it, I think.
I'm sorry?
The video, if you go on the picture below that, there will be a video. The video
Okay. Actually, what happens is this video doesn't work. That's why I'm not able to play it. So fundamentally, ये jig है. ये इस handle को 25,000 बार lock, open, close, open, close, open, close कर रहा है. And this is certified as per a certain standard, and all the good manufacturers do follow the standard. So when you're writing I don't want to complicate it for the buyer, but in your spec, just we'll share a document with all of you a little while in the next few days. What are the minimum things that you need to follow to have a durable window? And believe you me, 10 से रुके 10 रुपए से लेके 15 रुपए तक या maximum 20, depends on the size of the window, per square foot फर्क नहीं आएगा. Okay. We already talked about the reinforcement of the window, which actually goes inside. The reinforcement which goes inside the window, I think I'll prefer Nikhil. Nikhil ji, आप मेरी slides को cover कर सकते हैं, इनका aspect of importance, reinforcement के shapes और उसके जो आगे वाली slides हैं.
Sure अमित जी, क्यों नहीं. आप first slide से दिखाएंगे. First slide दिखा रहे हैं आप? फर्स्ट स्लाइड. जैसे कि इस स्लाइड में दिखाया है कि जो रेनफोर्समेंट है वो बोन है विंडो के लिए, और रेनफोर्समेंट पे ही मतलब डिपेंड करता है कि आपकी विंडो कितनी सस्टेन रहेगी. साथ में प्रोफाइल्स भी हैं. रेनफोर्समेंट की हमारे को बिल्कुल जो एज पर द सिस्टम कंपनीज हैं उनके अकॉर्डिंगली ही हमारे को रेनफोर्समेंट यूज करना चाहिए, और विंड लोड के हिसाब से भी कैलकुलेशंस होती है इसके अंदर. और मिनिमम रेनफोर्समेंट के अंदर उस थिकनेस जो आप इस्तेमाल करनी चाहिए मिनिमम 1.2 है, और डिपेंड करता है विंड लोड के अकॉर्डिंगली कि आपको 1.2 से लेकर 3 mm तक की रेनफोर्समेंट जीआई के अंदर आती है, और आप उसी कैलकुलेशन के अंदर विंडो रेनफोर्समेंट लगाएंगे। मिनिमम 2 थ्रेड जो हैं स्क्रू के वो रेनफोर्समेंट के अंदर जाने चाहिए। अमित भाई दूसरी स्लाइड दिखाना। और अब ये जो हम जहाँ भी हार्डवेयर लगाते हैं सैश के अंदर हैंडल लगाते हैं, कुछ भी लगाते हैं, तो जनरली क्या होता है लोग 2 पीस के अंदर रेनफोर्समेंट को लगा देते हैं, जिससे कि हार्डवेयर जो हैंडल का स्क्रू है वो स्टील के अंदर नहीं जाता है। हमें राउटिंग करके ही रेनफोर्समेंट जो है लगाना चाहिए, जिससे कि सिंगल पीस रेनफोर्समेंट रहेगा उसमें राउटिंग करें, राउटिंग के बाद ही उसको रेनफोर्समेंट को यूज करें, जिससे कि आपकी स्ट्रेंथ जो है वो बिल्कुल ठीक रहेगी। और सेकेंडली आपका कोई भी हार्डवेयर फेल नहीं होगा, क्योंकि अगर 2 पीस में लगाते हैं तो स्क्रू जाता नहीं है उसके अंदर, और वो फिर आपका हैंडल फेल हो जाता है। अमित भाई सेकंड थर्ड। शेप्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि बहुत जगह हम लोग देखते हैं कि शेप्स को लोग मैटर नहीं करते हैं, जो मर्जी डाल दिया। जैसे एल है, एल भी बहुत स्पेसिफाइड जगह पर डलता है, बॉक्स सेक्शंस मेनली डलते हैं, और जैसे हमने यू सेक्शन डाला है, कोई एक छोटी टांग है एक बड़ी टांग है, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए। हमारे को जो भी हमारे प्रोफाइल का कैविटी है उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही हमें रेनफोर्समेंट यूज करना चाहिए, जिससे कि विंडो आपकी सही रहे। हाँ, ये बहुत मेजर पॉइंट है। गैल्वेनाइज्ड स्टील जो रेनफोर्समेंट यूज होता है उसका आईएस स्टैंडर्ड है IS 277 और 120 GSM, और हमें गैल्वेनाइज्ड रेनफोर्समेंट यूज करना चाहिए, जिससे कि उसके अंदर जो रस्टिंग है, जैसे 120 GSM का जो रेनफोर्समेंट है वो 72 आवर्स साल्सवेट टेस्ट से पास होता है, और एक नॉर्मल MS के अंदर भी रेनफोर्समेंट आती है विदाउट गैल्वेनाइजिंग, वो यूज नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि उसका आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के टाइम पे उस पर रस्ट आ जाता है, फिर आपके यहाँ आएगा तो वो यूजलेस है। कहीं भी उसमें पानी आएगा तो वो रेड हो जाएगी और सारे आपके हार्डवेयर को स्क्रू को सबको रेड कर देगी और रस्ट कर देगी। हमेशा गैल्वेनाइज्ड स्टील को ही यूज कीजिए।
नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे ले जाओ निखिल।
हाँ ले जाओ भैया। गैल्वेनाइज्ड स्टील में जैसे स्लाइड्स में दिखाया गया है कि लेसर प्रोन टू रस्टिंग, इसके अंदर रस्टिंग जब स्टार्ट होती है गैल्वेनाइजिंग के अंदर तो एजिस से होती है। जब हम रेनफोर्समेंट कटिंग करते हैं, सिस्टम तो बोलता है कि जहां से आपने रेनफोर्समेंट कटिंग किया है वहां पे आप एंटी रस्ट ऑयल लगा के ही रेनफोर्समेंट को विंडो के अंदर डालें, लेकिन ऐसा करना थोड़ा सा टाइमली होता है, इसलिए ऐसा नहीं करते हैं। फिर भी हमारे को ट्राई करना चाहिए कि हम कटिंग एज के ऊपर एंटी रस्ट ऑयल लगा के ही उसको रेनफोर्समेंट को यूज करें। और गैल्वेनाइज्ड स्टील की रेनफोर्समेंट यूज करेंगे तो आपका हार्डवेयर और विंडो जो है लॉन्ग लाइफ है, और स्क्रू जो भी आप यूज कर रहे हैं उसमें रस्ट के चांसेस बहुत रेयर हो जाते हैं। अगर मिसयूज किया हुआ है, पानी बहुत ज्यादा आ रहा है तो किसी भी चीज पे रस्ट लगता है, लेकिन गैल्वेनाइज्ड स्टील के अंदर रस्टिंग में प्रॉब्लम बहुत देर से आती है। अगर पानी भर रहा है उसके अंदर विंडो में, अगर आपके वाटर स्लॉट्स ठीक नहीं है और पानी अंदर जा रहा है तो वो भी धीरे धीरे एजिस से शुरू होके वो भी स्प्रेड करेगा। और नॉन गैल्वेनाइज्ड स्टील में तो फर्स्ट डे से ही मतलब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के टाइम पे उसमें रस्ट आना शुरू हो जाता है, तो वो रिकमेंडेड नहीं है, वो यूज नहीं करना चाहिए। जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी बताया था कि मिनिमम रेनफोर्समेंट की जो थिकनेस है वो 1.2 हमें यूज करना चाहिए, क्योंकि 2 थ्रेड हम लोग बोलते हैं कि 2 थ्रेड स्क्रू के मिनिमम जाने चाहिए। वो 2 थ्रेड 1.2 में ही मिनिमम थिकनेस के अंदर ही 2 थ्रेड जाते हैं। जो स्क्रू की पिचेस होती हैं वो 1.2 mm थिकनेस के अंदर ही 2 थ्रेड जाते हैं। इससे लेसर थिकनेस से जो है वो आपकी विंडो जो स्क्रू है वो ठीक से लगेंगे नहीं, और आपका विंडो धीरे धीरे हार्डवेयर वगैरह सब फेल हो जाएगा।
निखिल जी एक आपसे सवाल पूछता हूँ जस्ट एज अ एड ऑन पॉइंट। आपके बहुत सारे कस्टमर्स हैं, वो आपसे जरूर पूछते होंगे कि यार कोई बात नहीं, हल्का दे दे, कोई फर्क नहीं, हम संभाल लेंगे। ऐसा होता है नॉर्मली?
अमित भाई जनरली ऐसा होता है कि लोग हमारे को मतलब कुछ पर्टिकुलर स्टेट्स हैं जहाँ तो लोग 0.8 के मटेरियल मांगते हैं, तो हम लोग एटलीस्ट बोलते हैं कि यार 0.8 का रेनफोर्समेंट डालो ही मत, इससे बेटर तो, क्योंकि वो एक जस्ट लाइक पापड़ है, उसके अंदर स्क्रू मतलब एक थ्रेड का उसका पॉइंट भी थ्रेड में नहीं जाता है। ये प्रॉब्लम बहुत कॉमन है कि नहीं नहीं यार दे दो आप, हमारा कॉस्टिंग नहीं है, हमारे प्राइस नहीं मिले हुए। अब सबसे ज्यादा जो कॉस्ट कटिंग करता है आदमी हार्डवेयर और रेनफोर्समेंट में ही करता है,
और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट वो है इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंश्योरिंग कि उसकी विंडो की लाइफ निकल जाए, वो सबसे क्रिटिकल पॉइंट।
बस पॉइंट यही है बॉस कि मैक्सिमम हमें भी बहुत जगह से कंप्लेन मिलती है कि यार वो हार्डवेयर रिइंफोर्समेंट में स्कूल लगाया था और काम नहीं कर रहा है, तो देखते पता लगता है कि वो 0.8 की रिइंफोर्समेंट डाल दी उसने, 1 mm की डाल दी, 2000 सर्कल के ऊपर ही वो स्क्रू फेल हो गया, हैंडल भी बाहर निकल गया। और
ये
लोग
बहुत कॉमन है,
बहुत कॉमन है, बहुत
बहुत
कॉमन है ये।
मैन्युफैक्चरर ये बोलता है कि डोंट वरी, आप मुझे दे
हाँ,
दो, मैं बाकी
बस
आई
वो
थिंक
कहते हैं
हमारे
आप हमें नहीं दोगे तो हमारे पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शन है लेने
और
के लिए,
सप्लायर में
तो बहुत सप्लायर्स हैं।
let me just one more slide. I think this is the most important slide.
यस, जैसे इस स्लाइड में अभी जो दिखाया हुआ है कि राइट के अंदर कंप्लीट रिइंफोर्समेंट डला हुआ है, और जो क्रॉस करके दिखाया हुआ है उसमें बहुत जगह, मतलब बहुत जगह ऐसा यूज हो रहा है कि हम तो यार रिइंफोर्समेंट के टुकड़े डाल देते हैं और जहां जरूरत होती है, जहां स्क्रू होना होता है वहीं होता है। इसका प्रॉब्लम क्या है, एक तो आपके प्रोफाइल जो है वो कर जाएगी जब जैसे टेम्परेचर बढ़ेंगे या तो जैसे शटर बैंड हो जाता है, जैसे मौसम चेंज होता है तो वुडन के शटर जो है बैंड हो जाते हैं, ऐसे ही अगर स्टील नहीं है तो फ्रेम्स और जो शेल्स हैं वो सब बैंड हो जाएंगे। इसलिए स्टील को जो है पूरा डालना चाहिए जितना उसके अंदर रिक्वायर्ड है, और थिकनेस भी प्रॉपर डालनी चाहिए, इस तरह से यूज नहीं करना चाहिए।
I think thank you निखिल जी, very correctly said. दिखावे के लिए reinforcement ना लगाएं, लगानी है तो पूरी लगाएं या ना लगाएं, because विंडो की स्ट्रेंथ यूपीवीसी अलोन से स्ट्रेंथ नहीं आती, बिना reinforcement नहीं आती। It is very very important aspect for the whole window to be functional. Manish, could you help us explain this part as a manufacturer of windows and doors?
Sorry, Amit. Hi, hello, everyone. Good afternoon. So, as we see in the slides over here, on the left-hand side is basically the reinforcement and the reinforcement shown. So, what we really do is that normally, according to the size and the shape of the profile, we do not get the reinforcement design. For cost saving, what we normally do is we basically get a U section or probably a L section, as Nikhil said from GB Enterprises, that we get a different profiles done. So that's why what we recommend is that the sections used in the profiles should be as per the cavity, or sorry, the chamber inside, and they have to be designed in such a way that they can handle the expansion and contraction of the profile. So I would like to just brief a little bit more on this, is what I don't know many of our fabricators would also know. So the steel is designed in such a way that the coefficient of expansion and contraction of UPVC is slightly lesser than the coefficient expansion at rate which steel expands. So we have to really stick to the designs our profile companies have given us, because they have actually calculated the I values and the Y values for it, and stick to the thickness what they have given us. So I would recommend not to go above or less in terms of reinforcement thickness, and not to change the design. Only increase the thickness once we are going up for wind pressure. Back to Amit.
Thanks, Manish. And do not apply Indian Standard Jugaad, ISJ. तो सही है वही सही है. Okay, one more amongst other elements is our gasket. So fundamentally 3 type के gaskets आते हैं, which are mostly used in windows and everybody is aware of it, is EPDM gaskets. There are also thermoplastic TPV gaskets and co-extruded gaskets. So to explain gaskets, I will like to call Shashi Singh from Osaka Rubber to talk about the importance of EPDM as a gasket. Shashi?
My voice is clear?
Yes, very clear.
As it's rightly mentioned in this slide, that EPDM rubber है जो it is very good for UV radiation, ozone, weathering, aging, low electrical conductivity, and very high stability of high temperature and low temperature. So it is very necessary to select right kind of gasket. So whenever you start procuring for your raw material, then you should focus, as Amit rightly said in previous slide, that even a small screw can damage your entire project. So similarly, you have to go with this kind of selection while selecting the gaskets, कि भाई हमको क्या चाहिए, वो ही हमारे पास है कि नहीं, और उसके सर्टेन क्राइटेरिया होते हैं जो आपको देखना चाहिए. Amit, next slide please. So, and this again, there is a new introduction of TPV gasket, which is, there is a lots of confusion. Many people buy TPE gaskets. Here TPE is a family where TPV and TPR is there. So TPR is basically thermoplastic rubber, and that rubber is containing a styrene, the copolymer. But I suggest go for TPV. V is for thermoplastic vulcanized, where rubber content is vulcanized one. So it will give you result. Otherwise, using TPE is like using PVC gaskets only. So TPV will give you all the properties of EPDM. And co-extruded gasket, nowadays this new came, that where is the gasket which part is fixed in the section, it is harder in the hardness of that particular groove is very hard than the actual profile. So it's a two component or three component profile. Now it is introduced by us, which is give you easy to fitting. Sometime online fitting is there. So that's why we introduce co-extruded gasket.
I think this slide explains a little bit better about normal rubber versus an, yeah, maybe Shashi, you can explain this slide.
Yeah.
Or you want me to still continue the old one?
No, I can let also. Normal, see, you can see the picture. If you use normal gasket, which is not selected properly, not EPDM, it should be a PVC or some other natural rubber, this will react like this in certain month only, not even years. And if you select EPDM gasket, it will intact. Many time आप लोगों को दिखता होगा विंडोज में कि आपका जो प्रोफाइल है वो कॉर्नर जहां से ज्वाइंट होता है वहां से खुल गया. कई बार प्रोजेक्ट से रबर निकल के गिर जाते हैं, श्रिंकेज का इशू होता है, और श्रिंक होने से रबर चारों तरफ से श्रिंक होता है, तो वो सेक्शन में ढीला होता है, बाद में आपके ग्लास में रेटलिंग साउंड आना शुरू करता है. विंडोज जब आप बंद करते हो तो ग्लास हिलता है उसमें, एंड ड्यूरिंग मानसून बारिश का पानी भी अंदर आता है. ये सब प्रॉब्लम होता है. Next slide.
One second. So we'll come to another subject, which is also a very important part of the profile, is the wool pile, and it's used as a door seal. I think if Lalit is there, Lalit, आप इसको explain कर पाएंगे a little bit better?
नमस्ते. आवाज आ रही है मुझे?
हाँ जी, all good.
जी, वूल पाइल भी जैसे सब हार्डवेयर मेन है, वैसे वूल पाइल भी एक मेन कंपोनेंट है स्लाइडिंग विंडो डोर के लिए, क्योंकि जब चलता है विंडो तो उसका जो प्रेशर आता है वो पूरा ये वूल पाइल ही सहन करता है. विंडो चलती है तभी. लोग इसमें क्या करते हैं, इसमें ये नॉर्मली मल्टी फिलामेंट बीसीएफ यान से बनता है, और इस बीसीएफ यान में भी बहुत सारी क्वालिटी आती है. ये खाली ग्रू दे दिया प्रोफाइल के अंदर, उसके अंदर डालना है. 50% लोगों की मेंटेलिटी ऐसी है कि बस ग्रू में वूल पाइल डालना है, वो जबकि वो नहीं होना चाहिए. और इसमें जो क्वालिटी आती है धागों की वो अलग आती है. सिलिकॉनाइज की हुई आती है, यूपीवीसी यूवी कोटेड की हुई आती है, जो बाहर से आवाज को रोकता है, हवा को रोकता है. अंदर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल को फर्क, मतलब अपने उसमें फर्क आता है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के बिल में. और ये ना जब चलता है तब वो जो प्रेशर पड़ता है वो ये प्रेशर को रोकते हैं. बाहर से आवाज कम आएगी तो है ना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल के ऊपर भी फर्क पड़ेगा. अब जैसे ये स्लाइड के अंदर है, फर्स्ट में ना जो नॉन सिलिकॉन है, ये धागे नॉर्मल है. ये धागे कुछ टाइम के बाद घिस के निकल जाएंगे, खाली पीवीसी का रहेगा. यही सेकंड धागे हैं जो उस वजन को सहन करेगा, जो प्रेशर पड़ता है उसके ऊपर, उस विंडो का प्रेशर पड़ता है उसको सहन करेगा. ये धागे थोड़े स्ट्रेट रहते हैं, इसमें पानी भी अगर डालते हैं तो नहीं होता है, और ये प्रॉपर सील करता है विंडो को, जो सील होना चाहिए. अब इसी में थोड़ा सा और प्लस है, जो तीसरा, जिसमें पीवीसी पिन की एक लेयर है जो प्रेशर आता है वो प्रेशर वो पीवीसी फिन अपने ऊपर लेता है, फिर धागे के ऊपर देता है, तो इससे उसकी विंडो की ये जो प्रोडक्ट है उसकी लाइफ और बढ़ जाती है। मतलब कि भाई आपने जो फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड आइटम में जो इन्वेस्टमेंट किया बहुत रेयर है डिफरेंसेस विंडो के पीछे, 100-200 रुपए का विंडो पे फर्क पड़ता है टोटली, लेकिन लोग ये देखते हैं कि हम 100-200 रुपया बचा लें। अब यही 100-200 रुपया नहीं बचा है तो विंडो की लाइफ में बहुत फर्क पड़ता है ये, क्योंकि ये बेसिकली एक सील का काम करता है और ये है ना यूवी कोटेड है और स्क्वायर फीट के पीछे मुश्किल से 2 या 3 रुपया फर्क पड़ता है, ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। अब ये है ना यहाँ पे कंपैरिजन दिया हुआ है उसका कि भाई जो नॉन सिलिकॉन है और सिलिकॉन यूवी और ये है, जैसे ये सब रिसाइकल मटेरियल है, इसका डेंसिटी कम है, इसकी जो पीवीसी के पीछे की जो थिन होती है वो कम होती है और ये सब वर्जिन मटेरियल से बना हुआ होता है, यूवी कोटेड किया होता है, फिन किया होता है। मतलब जैसे ही ये है कि ये ना फर्क पड़ता है, यूवी कोटेड इसलिए करते हैं कि जो बाहर से जो सनलाइट है जो उसको विंडो में से आने का एक नीचे का एयर का भी रास्ता है, तो उस रास्ते पे ये बैरियर है वो उस चीज को रोकता है, तो उससे अंदर गर्मी नहीं आती, आवाज नहीं आती। इससे विंडो की लाइफ में बहुत फर्क पड़ता है। प्रोफाइल कोई भी हो, भी हमने ये ना चार्ट बना के बताया है इसमें, एयर, वाटर और साउंड, 3 चीज के बाहर से इफेक्ट क्या क्या आते हैं। अगर आप कौन सा वापरते हैं, चालू वाला वापरते हैं तो कुछ कोई इफेक्ट नहीं है, खाली क्योंकि वो नाम के लिए है। ओल्ड के भाई ओल्ड हमने लगा के रखा है। अगर यही सिलिकॉनाइज प्लस यूवी कोटेड या सिलिकॉनाइज प्लस यूवी कोटेड पीवीसी लगाते हैं तो फर्क आता है। पानी भी, अगर पानी कहीं से भी रास्ता निकल आता है, कभी आप ओल्ड के ऊपर पानी की बूंदे डालेंगे तो वो धागे के ऊपर ही रहेगी, तो वो है कि भाई वो सिलिकॉनाइज कोटिंग किया हुआ है। इसमें भी सिलिकॉनाइज में भी वापस 3-4 तरह के आते हैं कि भाई कोई है ना कम क्वांटिटी कम है, किसी में क्वांटिटी ज्यादा है, यूरोपियन स्टैंडर्ड है या इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड है। सर नेक्स्ट जी, कपिल जी।
अमित आपकी
Amit,
आवाज
you're on mute.
Technology has eaten my brain up. Sorry for that, guys. I would now like to pass the question and answer session that all of you would have, and which will be moderated by Manish Bansal. He'll take on the questions, and please put all the questions that you have in mind, and our panel is all here, whether it's hardware, gasket, reinforcement, and wool pile. I am before I leave, just want to say one last thing. I want to repeat. It's about attention to detail. Every product sold, profile, reinforcement, gasket, they're all good quality, made in India or imported from other parts of the world. It's all good, but the only thing is using the right product for the right application. Manish, over to you for the Q&A.
Thank you, Amit. Hello, everyone. So some questions which have been popping up on the screen I see is, I would like this Karan you to answer it. It says, how do we define warranty period of the hardware?
Thanks, Manish, for that. It's a very interesting question, actually. So warranty of the hardware, it's right, because a lot of times some people say it's 1-year warranty or 5-year warranty or a 10-year warranty, or it could be 20 years. These number of years are actually calculated. There is another methodology behind it. So one of the slides Amit had shown where 25,000 cycles is the standard which has been mentioned as per the European standard, which is EN 1191. So let's take a case study. Let's assume it's a basement window. If in a day, let's assume hypothetically, a window opens up 7 times in a day, let's assume. So that makes it in 1 year, you're looking at what, 365 into 7, which is roughly around 2,500 times. So let's divide 25,000. If the product has been tested for 25,000, if we divide that by 1 year consumption, that roughly gives you 10 year. So it can work both ways also. Let's assume if my target, a customer's target or a hardware manufacturer target is to give 20-year warranty, then you need to do a backward calculation. How many times you need to test the product? It could be at times you need to test the product for 50,000 cycle also. So let's look at roller, for example. When you open a sash or close a sliding sash, because it's moving 2 times, so you need to take that into consideration twice. So in India, for example, the standard which has been mentioned as per the CPWD guidelines is only 10,000 cycles. The German standards given is 25,000. So I think this is how pretty much the warranty period does get defined. And it's important that everyone checks on that, because if Windows warranties are given for 10 years, you need to check all the elements put together are sufficing those requirements or not. That would be from my side, Manish, back to you.
Thank you, Karan. So we have the next question in the box. What I would like Vikas to answer it. Why 3D hinge jigs are required? What would you say onto it? Vikas, onto you.
3D hinge jigs, as I also mentioned while in the presentation, for a proper clamping between sash and outer frame, that is first. To have a proper distribution of load on all 3 3D hinges, that is second. Because if we don't use a jig, there is no confirmation of having a proper alignment. So to have a proper alignment, right, jigs are required. It gives a absolutely proper alignment, proper distribution of load. If we do this, 100% is there are people who are doing without jigs as well, but you can't ensure 100% that whatever the 3D hinge has been fixed is absolutely up to the mark. If you must have seen the bending, right? Bending in the 3D hinges over the period. So to avoid all these bending alignments, we need to use the jig.
All right, Vikas, thank you so much for the information. Next question we have from Danish is it recommended to use fasteners in the bottom part of the windows? Can water go inside cause of rusting reinforcement? How important is the drainage slot? Can I have Raju answer this? Mr. Raju Banerjee, can you answer this question? I guess you can probably answer it from the all angles.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon. If I have understood the question, they're asking whether we should have the fasteners at the bottom of the window. Now, the fasteners.
I will repeat the question again, just for better understanding. Is it recommended to use fasteners in the bottom part of the windows? Can water go inside and cause rusting of reinforcement? How important is the drainage slot? So drainage slot is a separate question. First, we can answer that having right type of fasteners, right type of fastener holes, and how it can prevent from rusting of the steel.
Okay.
Can I come in?
Sir? Yes, sir. Please, sir.
So there are of course two topics. Drainage slot is important, that the water drains out. But what is more important, what we have made already in many Utma seminars, as well as your technical training for installation expert, the moment I drill, the moment I put my fastener in, before I put the fastener cap, I have to fill it complete with silicone, and then I have to put my fastener cap on top, so that it is 100% assured when the water is coming, it is not going to enter where the reinforcement is there. This is the only way. You drill it, fastener it, then before you make the fastener cap, fill it complete with silicone, and then it is perfectly done.
Absolutely. That really answers a big part of the question, sir. So there's no chance of water coming and meeting the fastener because we are caulking it. We are filling it up with silicone from both sides. In so far as water drain slots are concerned, they are always drilled in such a fashion that they never touch, the water never touches the reinforcement inside. The reinforcement is a separate chamber. Remember, the PVC profile is multi-chambered. So the reinforcement is in a separate chamber, and the water slots are drilled in such a manner that the water goes in chambers which are not at all connected to the reinforcement. So water slots will never allow the water to touch the reinforcement inside the profile. Water slots should also be drilled so that the back pressure of wind coming from the outside is taken care of. They are never drilled in front of each other. They are always drilled with some distance apart. The outside water slot where the water drains out, and the inside water slot from where the water from the window frame comes out. Those are displaced from each other. So I hope that answers the question, sir.
Yes, please. I guess everyone understood this question. Next question goes to, can I have Karan answer this for me, please? Karan, they say that we have been talking about plating on our presentation, that there should be platings on the hardware, and we've been talking about 480 hours of plating. So they have been talking, the people are wanting to ask how much should be the microns of the thickness? How many thickness should it be? What should be? Can you answer this for us, please?
Yeah. So I think that's something which Vikas did highlight during the presentation also. The plating, because there are two methodologies related to the plating and testing of the same. One is the salt and spray test, which has already been highlighted, 480 hours, grade 5. To achieve that, you need to look at approximately 15 micron as far as the plating thickness is concerned. Just the way there is thickness, it's measured in microns, just the way powder happens. So as far as plating of GI is concerned, it's 15 micron plus minus 0.5. Yeah. Perfect. So that's for grade 5 though. I'm repeating again, that's regarding the grade 5, which is the ideal grade to be used. The lower ones, then you don't really classify, just like that happens in stainless steel as well. Well, the top category, which is the relevant one, is what you require. And yeah, that's been answered.
All right. Thank you, Karan. There are a lot of questions coming just pertaining to hardware, so I'm just going to shoot them fast. As a manufacturer, Mario, I would like to answer this, and along with it, Vikas. Mario, when you buy your hardware, there are a lot of suppliers who tell you it is 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years of warranty on the hardware. So how do you really check that what is really important, what is going in, and in terms of the warranty of the hardware? And Vikas, the similar question to you, why does this warranty changes so much? It says 1 year, 5 years, then 10 years. There are a lot of products available in the market. So I guess Mario can answer it from a customer perspective, and Vikas can, yeah, please.
I would like to start with the point that we are exclusively using everything in SS304. So that is plating with 400 hours and then coastal area where we have another problem. So this point is already taken away. Point number 2 is that we have an in-house testing where we are testing actually really the cycle of the handle, that it makes up to 40,000 before it breaks. We are testing the weight capacity of the roller so that we know how much it can take considering also 40,000 cycles. And then having the advantage of being here since 14 years, I know actually really what is the lifetime. When I installed the product 5 years ago and I don't have any complaint, then I know it is going to work. So, and whatever else is there, whatever comes new in goes under the R&D, and then there we are checking out. But for this plating, I have a complete different opinion. I only use Spectrolets, which are SS304, so that the problem with frosting is taken out from the beginning itself. Thank you.
Thanks, Mario. Just to add from the manufacturing point of view, whatever the parts going, I'll take example of SPAC, for example. Whatever the parts going inside the SPAC should be made from a very good die, should be made with an automatic machines. Take an example of riveting. Riveting plays a major role when we are testing a SPAC in a cycle test machine. As my friend Karan has already mentioned, 1191 standard is there, 25,000 cycle it should pass. We have seen a SPACs while testing 7,000 cycle it has failed, 10,000 cycle it has failed. So the reason is that riveting was not proper. So wherever you see 7,000 cycles, something is failing, you can't give even a 5 years warranty. When we test for 25,000 cycle, according to RERA, also according to German standard, standard is 1935. EN 1935, if you read, it is clearly mentioned 25,000 cycle, 10,000 cycle, and even 1 lakh cycles. So a lot of things depends upon your manufacturing process. Lot of things depends upon your rivetings. Lot of things depends upon the raw material you are buying. To add into one more example, the chemical of powder, the powder coating we do, the powder comes from 100 rupee kg to 400 rupees kg. I don't name any company, but so you have to choose the best powder to give the best result. So you have to produce also according to absolutely the standards automized machine, good riveting will give you 5 years warranty, and you can even achieve 10 years warranty because of this.
Sorry, Vikas, I would like to just elaborate a little bit along with you, and I want to ask you this.
Sure.
What are the helps, what are the parameters you can actually explain to the consumer while buying a product? Because as you know, there are so many hardware players in the industry who probably just import from China, or they produce low quality products in India. Because I want to stress on this a little bit.
See, one is
just one second, Amit. Oh, sorry, one second, Vikas. So what is really important for the consumer to see? One, as Mario's experience, we guys are experienced for years that what product is to be bought. But in terms, do you recommend any testing facility in-house, or do you give that testing warranty, and then you can really explain them that coastal regions you should be installing SS304, and probably non-coastal regions you can install a different product. So just elaborate on that a little bit.
Yes, definitely, Manish. The thing is, if you see two specs, one spec is having 72 hours of coating, one spec is having 480 hours of coating. You cannot make out by just seeing the spec. Both the specs will look same. So how you can ensure it? You can only ensure first by verifying through the certificate. So anybody who is buying hardware from any of the suppliers should take the certificates. If somebody is importing also, he can take from the main source. So one is that salt spray live testing certificate, and the cycle test according to 1191 25,000 cycle it is passing. These two tests are very important for the life of plating and for the operational warranty.
Manish,
All right.
if I can just
Thank
there,
you. Yes,
I just
please.
add a little bit to the part itself, because this is what you said is very critical part. I think these are two certificates that Vikas talked about. There are certain other things also, and there is no harm, because whether you're a manufacturer or you're a principal importer from various, you can get manufacturing certificates. So even as far as the composition of the material is concerned, if the handle is made of zinc alloy, then you can definitely go for a zinc composition itself, because even in zinc, just like plating, different grades, same goes for zinc. If it's a SS304 grade friction stay, ask for a composition testing of SS304 also. So there are a lot of certificates which are possible, which can be obtained from third-party labs also in India also. In India, some testing can't happen when it comes to like a product cycle testing. Those which can't be done, there are enough companies who are having in-house, what Mario emphasized. Sometimes the window manufacturers are having in-house facility. As hardware companies also, it's important they have in-house testing capabilities to test the testing of the life cycle of the product itself, which gives more credibility when the product goes out in the market. That would be from my side. Thank you.
All right, Karan, thank you so much. I would like Nikhil to answer this question. Nikhil, they talk about why reinforcements are not welded. They are connected at the corners. What would you like to say on this, Nikhil?
हेलो, मेरी आवाज आ रही है मनीष जी?
Yes, we can. हाँ जी, आवाज आ रही है आपकी, प्लीज।
मनीष जी, वेल्डिंग कॉर्नर जो हमें फ्रेम के अंदर हम जब रेनफोर्समेंट डालते हैं, तो वेल्डिंग कैसे हो सकता है? वेल्डिंग तो पॉसिबल नहीं है ना। आप तो प्रोफाइल वेल्डिंग करते हैं, तो वो वेल्डिंग में कैसे पॉसिबल है? उसके अंदर रेनफोर्समेंट तो वेल्डिंग नहीं होगा ना।
Okay. I would put this question differently. Raju Banerjee, are you on the line?
Yes, sir, I am.
I would like to ask you that when the reinforcement is not welded inside the UPVC and it is left at basically this is the window, so we leave the reinforcement here. So this part technically becomes weak. This is the myth and thought process between the consumers that when the corner doesn't have the reinforcement, it is not strong enough. So what do you really want to say on this? How can we really justify that? Yes, the welded window, one, it is welded, so it is better than aluminium because it is not cleated, it is welded, but the reinforcements are left at least 30-40 mm before the corner, 40 mm before the start. So how does that really play a role in terms of the strength? Can you elaborate, Mr. Banerjee?
Sir, at the corner where the welding is done, actually if the profile quality is good, then the strength of the welding point at where the welding is done is more than the strength of the profile. I have performed weld strength tests, and when we actually try to break the welding, the profile starts cracking at the profile point, and then the weld breaks. The welding strength is supposed to be more than that of the profile. Okay, there is no reinforcement at the corner. Yes, that is a weak point, I would agree, but only about 50 millimeters, which does not really make that much of a difference. In any case, I cannot have a continuous reinforcement when I'm welding, because there is a weld flash. There is a loss of material because of melting. So, and the melting is only 250 degrees centigrade on a standard 250 to 260 degrees centigrade on a standard welder. It is not capable of welding the profile. Also, if I have the reinforcement fully there, the welding will not take place, because after melting, the two ends of the PVC are butted together so that the welding happens properly. And if there is reinforcement, the butting will not happen, and you will not get enough welding strength on the PVC joint. I hope
I guess that's yes. Thank you, Raju. I hope that clarifies the myth of actually having a UPVC window, welded window, where there is no steel. So it was well explained by Mr. Raju. I have the next question, wherein people have a dilemma now that whether they should be using EPDM, they should be using TPV, or there are many profile companies which manufacture a co-extruded gasket. So which is actually better? So can I have Mr. Shashi answer this for me, please?
Thank you, Mr. Bansal. Actually, it depends. आपका requirement क्या है? If you want to use EPDM, it is the most trusted and most usable rubber profile all over the world. Now it's time come for the fashion, color profile. So EPDM has a very limited access to color, mostly black, or sometime it is gray. That's also not in such consistency. So new introduction is TPV, where you can get color profile, and again TPV is recycle as well. So you can recycle it, where EPDM it is not possible. So it depends what you want and what is your project requirement and cost. And again, it is expensive also than EPDM TPV. And this TPV is weldable as well, corner welding. And the third is the co-extruded part. This is just to make it application easy, where you are using the machine to fix that gasket. The groove area which insert in the UPVC profile section, it is easily placed to enter it. Mario, want to say something?
I would like to add, of course, there's an evolution, and unfortunately, in the Western world, the EPDM is a little bit outdated, but for us here in India, I would still recommend it as, of course, one of the most experienced products. And when we go for the co-extruded one, then whoever is here today from the manufacturer, you have to make your setup of your machines. You have to press it to exactly to the level, so that not too much of pressure is coming, with the risk that the glass will break or the corner weld will break after fixing the glazing bead, or you don't put it too deep inside, so that during the raining time, the rainwater is going to enter. It's a lot of engineering. It's a good evolution of the product, but since a lot of engineering is required, you please be on this point very precise.
Yes, Mr. Mario.
So from the first invention of this co-extruding, that it became then popular as well as perfect executed.
Yes.
So
I would like to add one point here. This is just information to all my fellow colleagues who manufacture UPVC doors and windows. The moment it is a bad quality EPDM and there is more silicone base, what happens over the years is due to UV radiation. Mr. Shashi, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If it is more rubberish and if it is not a correct EPDM, over the years due to UV, it will become hard. And the moment it becomes hard, it will crack. And the moment it cracks, there will be a lot of water ingress and the water will start coming in. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Shashi.
Mr. Bansal, you are right, but in EPDM, this is not the problem. Basically, EPDM is UV retardant and as well as
quality. I'm talking about bad quality EPDM.
Yeah, no, that if you, yes, of course, there if you add much of filler in that to make it cheaper, as Amit said in previous slide also, in a project, if you calculate the amount of EPDM, it is not even 0.1%. So when you're selecting the product, you must select that right grade of EPDM, right physical property, what you are looking for, like tensile strength, elongation, hardness, what kind of hardness you are looking for. And the most important part in EPDM in Windows is compression set, which is most important, and not nobody interested to know what property you are giving. Everybody want, "Arey yaar, sasta milta hai, baaju mein to milta hai." It's like that. This is how this industry is in very unorganized. I cannot say unorganized, but not very well educated. What kind of product in hardware, what kind of product in gaskets, what kind of product in UPVC, and it's like simple example given by Amit that a small screw can damage your and there is a specification also like BS standard BS 4255, DIN 7863, ASTM 864. These are specifications specially made for construction industries. Gasket for used gasket of construction industries.
Mr. Rishi, I will like to interrupt here. Thank you so much for the answer. We can give more details on the email. I'll just take two last questions from the box as we are already delayed. One main point which I would like Karan and Vikas to answer together. There's a lot of questions I'm seeing on the color coating of the hardware, and people say it goes off very fast. What do you really have to say about it? I see a lot of times it's being asked that there is white color and there's color hardware, and when we really do the installation or over the years, the color, the powder coating goes off. So what do you really have to say? Quick, just to take 1 minute each, and let's wrap it up with the last question.
Just to answer quickly, there are two types of color coating. One is powder coating, and another one is the golden or another coating which is copper based. Powder coating colored black, brown or something. So it doesn't go actually powder coating whether it is white or black, it is same, right? But it can have scratches fast, so that needs to be avoided. The packing needs to be proper. The transportation needs to be proper. That is in powder coating case. Whereas in color case, where copper based coating, I will say, and then we do chrome, golden, silver. On that case, grade 5 again, like in 1670 standard is there in electroplating. Same standard is available in this coating also. So take grade 5 coating, and the coating thickness should be 35 microns. So if we take those two things, then you can avoid this. Take certificate of 35 microns in case of golden, and take powder coating standard, where is 80 to 100 microns in case of powder coating color handles.
All right, Karan, quick 1 minute.
Yeah, I think Vikas pretty much covered there, but I'll just emphasize in India, unfortunately, the standards are not mentioned as far as powder coating is concerned in terms of the micron, especially by the CPW guidelines. So as what Vikas mentioned, these are the standards which are European standards, and if it's better, one sticks to those. And these standards are available in terms of the test reports itself, and these can be obtained from third-party labs also. So yeah, that's not very difficult. Just want to emphasize on the powder coating. It's important because our hardware gets used on external doors and windows, hence they are exposed to ultraviolet rays. Hence the principal powder which is getting used is very critical here. Jordan, ExxonMobil, these are some of the world-renowned companies, and they give warranty for 15 years as far as the powder quality is concerned itself, the fading itself. So these are some of the basic questions. If you ask the hardware supplier itself, I think most of the problems related to this will get solved. Thanks from my side. Back
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
Manish.
Thank you. So last question, I would like Mr. Uday and Mr. Mario to answer it. There are a lot of questions we asked that does the typology of the hardware changes according to the geographical regions of India? Does that change? Can Mario you answer, because you have the experience from the market, and we can have Uday from the technical side.
90% of the windows is design-wise, they are saying softmost lighting. Sometimes we are saying we have in softmost casements. Important is the point which I recently just said, when we go towards the coastal, really take care of your hardware and the rusting issue. What was also a point today when I have the best friction stay, don't use an MS screw because it is going to start rusting over there and a lot of problems are going to come. Be really precise what we are using and don't to leave it. It should have been the same what I was initially.
All right, Mario, can I have Mr. Uday answer this? Does the hardware typology actually changes regionally? Yes, please.
Actually, as mentioned earlier in the presentation, that weathering or environment also is one of the bases of choosing a hardware, especially friction stays, because your chemical, your pollutions, your building material site condition defines a lot besides the coastal area. So we would highly recommend to use 304 because you cannot control as a supplier where your material is going to be used eventually. So just to keep it safe, just to ensure that everybody doesn't have problems, which we would recommend that to use 304 friction stays with the SS screws, of course, so that the performance is not compromised. Thank you.
Thank you, Uday.
Thanks.
By this, I would like to end today's webinar, and I would like to thank everyone on the esteemed panel. I would like to thank the president of Woodma, Mr. Mario Schmidt, who has been after all of us and promoting it from a very, very long time. So thank you all, and please stay tuned for our next webinar on 13th of May for UPVC window installation and installation material. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
कैसे था?